Yeah, 132. You already know what it do. Look, I'll be blessed, never stress, never worry about the rest. Like a test, and we give our best. Fuck a Quizlet, fuck a board and a desk. Money clean, but nah rinse yet. Trouble till he squeeze, trigger squeeze neck. My soul clean, never had a speck. I'ma fucking leave you in the wreck if you try to disrupt the checks. Disrupt the flow, disrupt the chi. You'll never know, you'll never be. Listen up, I'm carbon based. I'm free and I'm fly as a bird and a bee. Listen up, I do what I do and I speak what I speak. Sharing free energy, look at the waves, it's on my screen. This is coming from the ethers. Everything I do, you get ethered and shattered. Everything I do is inside a pattern, inside of my mind, man. I got that shit on lock like Saturn. If you know about it, if you know about it, it's just a freestyle off the dome. Steady moving with the chrome and the chromed out bands in the wind. Yeah, all the time, yeah, on my shit. Listen up, let's get back to the spill. What's good? You know how it go. You know, just burning that sun. I wanted to do something very informative, very fun. You know, for me, for the youths, for, you know, the culture. You feel me? So, alright, I want to do something very different, very bold, very very out there. You know, I'm gonna be debunking melanin right now, if you want to call it debunking. I don't even want to use those words because those are war words, you know what I mean? So it's like I want to educate on carbon. Let's do that. So this video will be titled Debunking Melanin and the Truth About Carbon. So let's get into it, man. You know, King Inspiration in the building, King Soul, King Sun, call me Z, Cosmic Chi, you already know. So shout out to all the carbonated beings, you know, all of us, you know, inhabit in, you feel me? So let's get this over here. Alright, so let's get some science. Me watching Naruto Shippuden. Okay. So let's go to etymology. Yeah, and let's go to Edym Online. I love this website. And let's look up melanin. Now, before I even look this up, because I want to let you guys know that the research that I've done into this is thorough and it's ongoing. So when I do this with all seriousness, and I do this with the integrity, to uphold the integrity of natural science. Natura naturans, you know. So I'll just give you my prior knowledge on this word. Now, I already knew the origin of this word, but when I was introduced to it from a pure science perspective, it was deemed as a biological process, which is more so an interaction than it is like a thing. You know what I mean? So I knew that it had a lot to do with vitamin D, your interaction with light in general, light, and the level of carbon that is present within the body, and the body's natural response to light, X-rays, microwaves, UV, because we live in the light spectrum, and we're exposed to these spectrums of frequencies of light all the time. So, you know, now this is a natural response that has to do with the light from the sun and its interaction with the skin of human beings, because both so-called black and white people are all carbon beings. This is why they're the pigment that they are, because with melanin, it has 5 different expressions that I know of. Now, what's responsible for my shade would be known as eumelanin. This is the eumelanin expression of how the light refracts off of me, because in a very subtle way, we're all crystals, and that's what's happening. Also, in coordination with oxidation through the oxygen that we breathe. This is why we have red blood. Now let's get into this brown. Let's get further into it. So back to my knowledge of it is just that now with lighter shades, or what you would call white, that would be the pheomelanin expression of that. So something like this shade, you know, everything is really hidden in plain sight. Like, we're all one, we're all the same thing. This is really a type of red, a type of copper, a type of light brown, you know, because we're all really brown. You know, the light chars us, and that's what's going on. And depending on our levels of carbon, this is how it's going to express itself, you know. So you have the complete human being, carbonated human being. So let's get back to this, because I want to make this quick too. Like, let's go. All right, so let's look up melanin. Let's see the source of this word and where it came from and why we use it so much. Let's give it a minute real quick. All right, there we go. Let's read. Dark brown or black pigment found in animal bodies. The first element is from Greek melas, or black. All right. So then let's look up black now, because we got to look up a couple words, a couple different words to really understand. And then we'll look up carbon. So then let's look up black. Absolutely dark, absorbing all light, because the light is the darkness. The color of soot or coal. Burned. You get that? So what I was saying was the interaction of the light is what gives us our pigment. Black, blacken, Dutch blacken. You know what I mean? To burn, gleam, shine, flash. You feel me? To burn, scorch, fragrer or fragreri. To blaze, glow, burn. All right. So now that we got that out the way, let's go to carbon. And that is also your ether. Your ether is plasmic, or fire, or burning. But with respect to the ether, I'm going to do a different video for that. I just want to stick on carbon, and I want to kind of explain what's going on. So, all right, let's go. So then carbon now, non-metallic element occurring naturally as diamond, graphite, or charcoal. From Latin carbonim, a coal. Listen very closely. Glowing, coal, charcoal. So let me continue reading. Let me finish it. Do it to respect. Carbon-14, long-lived radioactive isotope used in dating organic deposits, is from 1936. 369, nice. Carbon dating using carbon-14 is recorded from 1958. Carbon cycle is attested from 1912. Carbon footprint was used in 2001. Carbon paper faced with carbon, used between two sheets for reproduction on the lower of what is drawn or written on the upper, is from 1855. Earlier, it was carbonic paper, 1850. So what I just showed you is that these are all synonymous, basically. So now let me get back to melanin now, because this is the part that I really want to hit home. Because we as brown people, my fellow brown people, we attach ourselves to these identities and to these words, you know, without knowing without knowing the full extent of the spells that we're spelling. You know, so we find out that the furthest back it goes is from Greek, the Greek, melas. Let me see if I can find it there. Find out like how exactly what date it was. But that just means that it's European. So to all the you know, and I don't even want to section out people, so I'll say the people that want to use this term and attach the pride of, you know, the pride, you know, of being carbonated to it. It's like you got to realize that the word that you're using, you know, was created by, you know, the very people that you think don't have what you have. You know what I mean? It's a crazy spell, you know, it's crazy out here. So yeah, I can't find that. All right, whatever. Yeah, I could do something else too, because a lot of people are going to be like, oh well, why do white people get melanoma? Just as I see this word over there, why do white people get melanoma but black? Well, first of all, yes, black people do get the same amount of damage as certain white people from the sun. Now what's going on is the higher level of carbon is giving you more protection from the UV rays. But if you're any prolonged exposure to the sun is gonna chap and crack and char